Elon Musk was a clear intention of mine because I had spoken to him on the phone, and when I came to New York, I said I'd like to meet him. It's a whole process. Some people call it a bromance. It's a whole process of rekindling his affection and connection with South Africa. And of course, it can be a love affair. It can be an investment relationship. He's in businesses that are invested in many parts of the world. And so he is a top layer business person who is very entrepreneurial and would like to interest him more in South Africa in a variety of areas. And he's already looking at our country with some interest in a number of sectors.
Oh, wait a minute, Mr. President. Okay, all protocol observed. What do you mean? Last week you were ready. Okay, you were ready to take it all to war. Okay, you were ready to arm forces over there in Rwanda when the Rwanda president was coming for you. What do you mean you're now igniting a bromance? What is this bromance situation, Shep? Have you spoken to us, the members of the country, about this? And now you're talking a love affair with Elon Musk? What in the Mzansi is going on with the President of the Republic of South Africa? Wait. But you know what? So when it comes to Mr. Billionaire Elon Musk, you are ready to seek him out and kumbaya him. But when it comes to Donald Trump and the public response, you are firing shots, okay? You are sounding like Robert Mugabe, okay, when he was addressing Tony Blair, and then you telling Donald Trump to keep his America. I mean, that was igniting. And now you're doing a bromance? This is so confusing. Let me let you guys hear this yourself.
This was interesting. Y'all know that 3 of the biggest billionaires supporting Donald Trump all come from apartheid South Africa? Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, David Sachs. All three, white men, South Africans.
Now let's talk about Elon Musk for a second. Let's not forget Elon Musk before he purchased Twitter. Let us not forget that Donald Trump was banned from Twitter. Have you guys forgotten that? He was banned from Twitter. And the first thing Elon Musk did when he owned Twitter was unban Donald Trump. And now you see what happens. Donald Trump can say all and anything he wants. Listen, I cannot speak for the relationship between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, but there's certainly something there. There's something there. Okay, there's something in that water. There is something there, because tell me, how is Donald Trump within his first 2 weeks in office jumping up and down to talk about South Africa? How is he ready to tell us about South Africa and land issues in South Africa? And this is how President Cyril Ramaphosa responded to Donald Trump, which is a very different tone to the bromance he's suggesting.
Cut aid from South Africa. Will you plan to cut aid across other African nations, and why South Africa?
No, it's only South Africa. Terrible things are happening in South Africa. The leadership is doing some terrible things, horrible things. So that's under investigation right now. We'll make a determination. And until such time as we find out what South Africa is doing, they're taking away land, they're confiscating land, and actually they're doing things that are perhaps far worse than that.
This issue that Donald Trump fears so much, we offer this question of the land. I don't know what Donald Trump has to do with South African land, because he's never been here. And he must keep his America, we will keep our South Africa.
From Europe, we are not Europeans. We have not asked for any inch of Europe, or any square inch of that territory. So, Blair, keep your England and let me keep my Zimbabwe.
It does not belong to Donald Trump. He can keep his America. And Ene is even worse. He is even worse. When I meet him, I will tell him. I will say, you, Donald Trump, you are even worse, because your forebears came to America. They found the native, the indigenous Americans. They wiped them out. They killed nearly all of them. Rine, We are living as a nation, and black and white, we are going to find solutions for our land question. So Donald Trump must leave us alone. He must leave us alone, Kauri. When we were facing apartheid, when we were facing oppression, he was not here. He did not fight side by side with us. And we were able, on our own, yes, with support of progressive forces in the world, to resolve the apartheid question. As far as I recall, Donald Trump was not around the negotiating table when we negotiated the end of apartheid. So stick around there in the White House. We will do our business here, and we will find solutions for our problems. So stay out of our issues, and we will not get involved in your issues in America. You have your own problems. Leave us alone.
From Europe, we are not Europeans. We have not asked for any inch of Europe, or any square inch of that territory. So, Blair, keep your England and let me keep my Zimbabwe.
So all of a sudden, this is a major deal. Elon Musk has been showing you his racist views, how he has been supporting right-wing efforts in Germany, telling the Germans, y'all focus too much on the past.
So Elon Musk is coming for South Africa, but using Donald Trump as his puppet. Oh my goodness. But what is even worse is when the president himself says, I am going to suck up to Elon Musk. I want to do business with him. I want us to have a bromance. And then now we're in some kind of love affair because you know what? I want to build a business relationship with him. He is a top tier business person. But is Cyril Ramaphosa going about this the right way? Is this the right time to be trying to milk Elon Musk, so to speak? Or should he deal with Donald Trump and make sure that the message is clear? Stay away from our South Africa because, and it's when Cyril Ramaphosa said those words, I said, no. I've heard that before. I've certainly heard that before. And I said, you know what? I think it's Robert Mugabe. I think it's him. I think so. Because Zimbabwe also had some land situationships going on, and Britain was not at all thrilled. So I did a quick search and I found that old saying from Mugabe, Blair, you keep your England and I'll keep my Zimbabwe, because hello, what is going on? What is going on? Donald Trump, that was a wrong move for you. That was a wrong move because now you've shown your colors. You've never even been to South Africa. But there you are with a whole opinion on something you haven't even seen with your own eyes. Well, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. But let's continue listening on and hearing more about this bromance that the president of South Africa.
Have you invited him to South Africa? I mean, how does this bromance develop?
Yes, of course. I mean, he's South African born, and
right.
South Africa is his home, as it were. And so I'd like to see him come to South Africa for a visit or a tour or whatever. And he goes to China quite often. And so I said,
Tesla's very big. I think they've got a factory in China, in Shanghai, I believe.
They built a factory in China. So our discussions are at the sort of embryonic level on a number of issues. And we hope to see some progress going forward.